Thank you.
My pleasure. That was an interesting guy before.
He's very good, isn't he?
He's very interesting.
Yeah, two Mr. Motivators tonight. Do I call you Mr. Derrick, Mr. Motivator?
Sir.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to call you Mr. Motivator. Listen, you look amazing, can I say? You look fantastic.
Thank you. You know what? You know, they say you gravitate to your dominant thought, and every morning when I get up, I look in the mirror and I go, wow. What does your mirror say?
It says, oh, God, are you still here?
No, because, you know, how you feel and how you start the day is so critical, and my day has to start in a positive note. And more people need to do that, because the thing is, we are depressed by things we see in the press every single day. That is all negative. So unless you focus on the positive in your life, and it's that much, right, unless you focus on that, you know, you'll always feel terrible about yourself.
Okay, and so that's how you look this good at... How old are you?
60.
60. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. You know, and I am the best-looking man in the world. And most women go home to the second best-looking man. Isn't that a shame?
I know. I'm not used to being outdone on the look stakes in the show, but for tonight I have to... Listen, so you, as I was saying earlier, you were huge in the 90s, breakfast television and all that, and then was there a sense that you kind of disappeared away off our screens a bit?
Many things happened. You know, when I went to GMTV in 1993, they were at the bottom of the ratings, and as luck would have it, I mean, the public liked that guy called Motivator, and the ratings obviously improved. They became top of the ratings, and very quickly they started changing, I think, the way in which my production was being done. And I felt also they were only interested in the entertainment side of Mr. Motivator, when there's a deeper side to me. I mean, health and wellness isn't just about the physical side. It's very important to actually think about your emotional fitness, your financial fitness. All those things make you who you are. And if the focus is just on the physical, well, then it means I'm doing a disservice not only to me, but also to the public that's watching. So I had to kind of go away from it.
Okay. And did you go off and do that kind of work yourself?
Yeah, I went off
doing?
And actually almost kind of remodeled and re-established myself, working with companies who maybe need their sales force motivating. Maybe they want me to actually just come in and look at the way in which the staff sit in their offices and whether the desks are too low or the chairs are too high or low. And I do that a lot. Right. And also I do a lot of sales conference work where, you know, the chairman wants to deliver those wonderful words and it's 2:30 in the afternoon and everyone's nodding off from having too much lunch. Yeah. So I tend to be the surprise element and they bring me in and just wake everybody up.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm doing a mixture now.
And you've been doing festivals as well.
Yeah,
you were here at the Electric Picnic as well.
I did Electric Picnic.
I'm wondering how that goes down. I'm thinking of people who've been like caning it at the Electric Picnic for 2 days and then you come in and start giving them that in their faces.
You know what? That's what's so wonderful about my job. I never realised it would ever become as popular as it did. Obviously, when I started, it was all about how do I market fitness in a way that people wouldn't think of it as fitness, but they will grab onto it and then start adopting it. Maybe it's just clipping your fingers to the music. And when I went to Electric Picnic, it was like a new audience of people who just come marching in. And then they say crazy things like, you made me late for school. I used to always have to hang around till when you came on. Or things like, but they're all the decision makers out there now, which is really great. So I'm meeting people I grew up with. I feel like I know them. I feel like I'm a daddy many times over.
They feel like they know you. Now, you will have noticed since you've been away that all of us really, we've all put on a bit of weight. Yes. If you get maybe one tip or one simple exercise or one thing that people could do maybe without too much effort.
Well, I mean, there's loads of things that you can do, but I mean, you know, there's one exercise I always give to ladies, and it's so funny because you can be sitting there doing it and no one knows you're doing it. You want to try it? Okay. Just try it with me for a moment. All you do is, you just sit, and just separate your cheeks a bit. The cheeks down there I'm talking about, all right? And what I want you to do is imagine there's a lift door, all right? So it's open now, all right? So I want you to close the lift door in. Have you closed it in? Okay. Yeah, closed in. Now, imagine we're going up to the first floor, second floor. The doors are still closed. Fifth floor, sixth floor. Hold it tight. Can you feel it working?
It is a not unpleasant experience.
Now, you're at the 10th floor. Open the lift door. Did it move for you? Did it work for you?
Yeah.
So exercise doesn't have to be all this.
Yeah.
It can be very subtle.
And I can imagine it could be a deeper experience for a woman.
I mean, the visualization is you've got to actually think about pulling up the floor. Try and pick up the floor. Pick up the floor. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Is that going to give me buns of steel, yeah?
No.
Okay.
But you look pretty silly.
All right. Listen, your own family, are you... I'm imagining, God, because you have kids.
Yes.
And I'm imagining, are you bursting into their rooms at 5 o'clock in the morning, blaring Rihanna at them? Come on, guys, time to go. Are they all super fit? And
no, they're not. You know, the one thing you learn is that you cannot make someone do something they don't want to do. Everybody has a trigger mechanism inside your own brain that says, now's the point I want to make a difference. Now's the point I want to make a change. So when it comes to my family, there's no point my forcing it on them. My wife, for example, after the last child, put on 5 stones in weight.
And you allowed that, Mr Motivator?
Well, yeah, because you see, any mother out there, your priority becomes the child, right? And it's much later on that you go, okay, it's my turn now. So I had to patiently wait. Now, if she asked me, do I love her being overweight? The answer is I don't love her being overweight because that's not the person I fell in love with. That's a person you have to grow to love.
You're an idiot for saying that to her.
No, no. But if she was sitting here...
I've been hoping you'd put on 5 stone. You look fantastic.
No, if she was sitting here, she would actually say the same thing. She's not proud of herself being that weight.
Okay.
Because that's not the person she is.
Right.
That's someone she had to become to have a child. With my son, he was up to 247 pounds, which is about 17 stones in weight.
Wow, really?
And 2 years ago, he just decided, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to do something. He started doing bouncing with me, and he started running, and now he's down to 10 stones.
Wow.
Now, I could not have forced him to do it. It had to be something in his psyche, in his makeup that says, now's the time I want to make a difference. And it's the same thing with everybody.
So we all have to decide ourselves when we... I guess like Jim was saying, and then commit to it and focus.
Absolutely right. Gyms have failed. Because if gyms were doing their job, there's no way on earth, right, we'd have the obesity issues. Also, telling people do aerobics and all that kind of stuff is a failure. There's no way in which that has worked, because otherwise we wouldn't have the problem we have today. What you need is more of Mr Motivator.
Okay, all right, well...
Every morning.
Let's hope we have plenty more of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr Motivator. Coming up after the break,